Welcome to Behind the Curtain. I'm Joe White.
And I'm Katie Shander Reynolds.
Well, welcome to our first show in the new year, 2017.
Woo!
Our 26th show since inception. So thank you, Barbara and WACA-TV, for allowing us to continue for another year.
We hope.
Well, we are.
We've only just begun.
We've only just begun. So today, what do we have today? We have wonderful actors and directors with us today. We're going to be seeing the scene that we did in the fall show called Huddle Up. The show was called Dinner Conversations, but the scene was Huddle Up. And who do we have here today?
We have Mark Prokes.
Mark Prokes. We have Julie Murphy.
And we have Arnie Pollinger, also known as Ginny's dad.
Ginny's dad? Okay. Yeah. I don't know that, but okay.
Okay.
Maybe you can explain
talk
to
about
it when he comes
here.
on there.
Yeah.
Excellent. So unfortunately, Linda Slocum, who was also in the scene, came down with the flu-like symptoms and decided not to get us all ill by showing up. So we
really very thoughtful.
We miss her, but we'll catch her up.
She'll be on in the future.
Yes. So speaking of the future, one of the things we're trying to do this upcoming month or so is we're trying to work with our friends over at the VFW and potentially film some of our scenes, dinner conversations at the VFW bar and restaurant.
Yay.
So we're trying to work out the scheduling over the next couple of months and film some of the wonderful scenes live there. We were going to do Erica's restaurant, but unfortunately they're so busy trying to get that restaurant open.
I know. It was so nice of them to even consider letting us film there.
I know.
And I can imagine it was a little overwhelming,
Yeah.
especially if they talked to you.
So, what? That's so mean. But we're starting the year off just like last year. Why would it be any different? So we're going to be doing some of those scenes. We're going to have our improv show coming up in a couple of months.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to invite Arnie, Julie, and Mark.
You mean
too.
Ginny's dad?
How do you know that? Anyway, so what I'm saying is that they're all going to get invited. They don't know that yet.
Okay.
So when they come in, we invite them.
So I shouldn't say anything
Don't
about
say
it.
anything.
Okay.
Especially to Ginny's dad.
Okay.
Because,
My lips
are
sealed.
About time. Wish we could have done that years ago, but we can't. And then we're going to talk briefly about some of the things we're going to be doing in June. We have our theme all set for June. It's going to be called 2 Acts of Murder in Ashland. Yes.
Only acts, though. So nobody should panic.
No. Oh,
You're completely safe coming to this show.
Exactly. So what we want to do now is why don't we have everyone sit back, relax, and enjoy the scene called Huddle Up. And then when you come back, we're going to be here with Julie, Arnie, Mark. All right?
Awesome.
Okay, go.
What do you think of the new boss?
I'm not sure. Wasn't he a football player back in the 60s?
That was the 80s. If it was the 60s, he'd be dead by now.
But what team did he play for? Was it the Bears or some team with an animal name?
No. It was the local team. You know, he even took them to the Super Bowl once.
Wow, the Super Bowl. Did they win?
From what I understand, they lost by over 100 points.
Worse, they didn't even have a halftime show worth watching.
Yeah, right? It was all commentary, and then shots of him and the team all distraught because they were so far behind.
They didn't even have any costume malfunction?
Nope, not even Katy Perry or an aging rock band. Aerosmith, the Stones.
The Stones, they are aging like wonderful French wine.
More like French prunes.
So, you think he's gonna make this place work? Isn't he like the 6th owner in the last 5 years?
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure it's the location of this place.
I think it was the prior owners. I don't know. All I do know is this place has not had a good run of luck.
And the QB who lost the Super Bowl by 100 points is going to change all that?
I don't know. He seems nice enough. A little nervous, though. You know, I don't think he's even run a business before.
What makes you say that?
Oh, at my interview, he told me he's never run a business before.
Do you remember what was the name of this place before it became Wessels?
Yeah, I do. It was Billy's. And then before that, it was Railroad Station. I don't know. I don't remember all of them. All I know, again, they all failed.
Well, I know they used to close up at like 9 p.m. even on big events.
You know, I worked here once and they closed at 9:15. 15 minutes after tip-off of March Madness finals.
That could be one reason why people stopped going there.
That and the food sucked.
All I know is we better get this place set up for the opening. We only have an hour.
John, what does it look like?
How should I know this?
Have to walk.
Yes, right. tables, they are booked until at least 9.
Team? Team? Hello, team!
Oh, hi, boss. Didn't see you there. We're just getting set up for opening night.
Opening day, yes, that's something I've been working on all exhibition season.
Exhibition season?
Yeah, well, never mind. Just get up here and let's talk. We've got a very big night ahead of us. And I've got tons of ideas on how this game's gonna go.
Game?
The game, I mean, opening night of the restaurant. I've got tons of tips.
Tips? Isn't this your first opening?
Yes, it is. But I read a book on the restaurant business, and it is very much like football.
How so?
Oh, lots of similarities. In football, you've got to work together as a team to win. In the restaurant business, you've got to work together as a team to serve. People in restaurants eat.
Yeah.
Football players eat.
Eerily similar.
Anyway, I'm going to use my experience as a former professional NFL quarterback to get us through this.
Oh, this should be very interesting.
Anyway, let's huddle up, guys. Huddle up.
Huddle up. Seriously?
Just make a circle around the boss and he'll tell us what he wants us to do, sweetheart.
Okay, Pookie.
Okay, here, listen, I don't know what your names are yet, so I got you these jerseys to remember who the heck you are. All right, you're X, you're Y, and you're Z.
And who are you?
I'm Tony Weston, I own the place.
Oh, no, I think she means what letter are you?
Oh. I'm O for the offensive lead. I'm the big O. That's what they used to call me in college.
Funny. They used to call me the Big O in college too, but for a different reason.
Oh, yes? What was the reason?
Well, maybe you'll find out someday. But let's just listen to Mr. Wesson for now.
Okay, all right, good job, Z. All right. Yeah. Does everybody get it?
Yeah.
No, does everybody get it?
Yeah!
Good. We're going to be a team here, you know. We're going to have to work together. We're going to have to go over a few team rules first, okay? All right. Rule number 1. No sex before the game. What? Football is a tough sport, I'm telling you. Tough. I mean, sorry. The restaurant business is tough. Sex, it weakens the legs. I cannot have my men weak. Waiters weak. Never mind. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Let's come up with a game plan. No, if I get my, wait a second. Let me go to rule number 2. Rule 2. Everybody's gotta be in bed by midnight, lights out.
But the place stays open until 2 a.m.
All right, we may need to modify that one a bit.
Yeah, you know, I'd like to modify that first one while we're at it. I happen to like weak legs.
All right, listen, this is all up for negotiation, all right? Now that I am part of management, I'm gonna have to deal with the players' union and all the rules and the regulations anyway.
We don't even make minimum wage. I don't think we have a waiters union.
What? You don't have a players' minimum? Wow.
We rely solely on tips.
Okay, so this is what we'll do then. I think we wait a week, have a team meeting, review the game films, and we'll just see how it all goes.
You know, it is going to be a blast to be working here, sir. I admired your career in the NFL, and making it to the Super Bowl was a major accomplishment.
Why, thank you very much, Z. I appreciate that.
Isn't that your uniform hanging up on the wall?
Oh, yes, it is. Oh, I miss football. Those were the best years of my life playing the NFL. Oh, I met my first 2 wives playing there.
Wow, that was a good distraction.
Yeah, I really didn't want to hear Rule 3.
I don't know. He seems kind of sweet.
He doesn't want us to have sex anymore.
The man has got to go.
Oh, I miss those guys, though. Those are the best guys in the world. Going to battle every Sunday. And then eventually on Mondays and Thursdays. Oh, the best guys in the world. Oh, best people on the whole planet.
Let's give the guy a chance. I mean, he's new, and you're right, he does seem kind of sweet.
Kind of cute.
Remember, he said he had at least 2 wives.
I am surprised he can count that high.
Hey, Z, make yourself useful. Come over here and hold this up for me, all right? Written,
look,
a game plan. Written the game plan. This is how I see our opening drive going. I mean, opening night of the restaurant. Okay? The people come in. I
thought you said you were O, not I.
No, I mean I is in me, not I is in O. I mean I'm O and you're X and she's Y.
Why am I why?
Because it says it on your jersey. If you put it on, you know who you were. Okay? Can I just finish writing my play? All right. Okay. The people come in. I mean O, bring them in, bring them over to Y, and Y is going to write their names down.
Don't you want the maitre d' to do that?
The maitre d', who's that?
It's Jacques. You know, the man you hired to do the job. You just said that Samantha, Y is supposed to do.
This isn't going well.
Okay, we have an audible here, okay? That plan could work too. All right, then we have Jack.
Jacques.
Bring the people in, and then Jack.
Jacques.
Jacques.
Yes.
Jacques. Back in '85, I had a Jacques on my team. He was a punter. Oh, didn't speak much English. Was a heck of a cook. Made a mean chicken franchise.
Française.
All right, so the new plan is Jacques brings the people in. Brings them to the tables, and then X, Y, and Z brings them their meals.
Don't we need to give them some menus first?
You seem to have thought this through, haven't you?
This is not our first, how you say, rodeo.
Rodeo?
Yes.
Rodeo?
We.
Back in '88, I was playing for Denver. I was on the practice fields. They used to bring white horses on the practice fields. They were the prettiest white horses. I love those white horses.
By the way, Tony,
Oh, you can call me Tony.
I just did.
The prettiest white
Okay, all right, okay. Tony, can we maybe run something by you?
It's like that auto bill thing you were talking about.
That's an audible, but keep going.
Okay, I think we got this all figured out. You can greet the people as they come in.
And then you can bring them to Jacques. It's like a handoff.
Let him bring them to a table. If they look like good tippers, then he'll seat them right dead center.
Like midfield.
Sure. If not, then at the table by the kitchen.
Oh, like being on the bench.
And then one of the three of us will go to our assigned section and hand them a menu.
That old Statue of Liberty play.
Right. And then we can read them the specials.
Take down their order.
Bring it to the kitchen and have the chef cook it.
And then one of us can bring them the booze that they ordered.
And a glass of water and
When their food is ready, we will bring it to them.
they can eat their food.
When they're finished, they can pay for their food.
And we can collect our tips.
Clean up the table after they've eaten.
Set it all up with a whole new table setting.
With all new dishes and silverware and napkins.
And do it all over again.
That could work too. All right. All right. This is what we're going to do. Let's just run the play on 3, okay? Let's think about it.
No, wait a minute.
What?
What are we gonna call the play?
I'd call it working a shift.
I'd call it destined to fail.
No, we need some clever name for the play.
Yeah, right? How about the eat and run?
Can't use that. The steak place around the corner has the same plate. 3 waiters and a maitre d'. Don't want to use that. Could be considered stealing from the playbook.
Well, can't we just call it work and be happy with it?
No, we have to come up with some fun name for the play.
What do people do in restaurants?
Eat.
What else?
Drink.
What else do they do other than eat and drink?
They make our lives miserable and treat us like servants?
To think I left Le Maire for this place.
No. They talk. They chat. They converse.
That's it. Let's call the play Dinner Conversations.
Excellent idea, X!
I thought I was Y.
Why would you be Y? What is your name anyway?
It's Samantha.
Okay, Samantha. All right, everybody in! Busboys, waiters! Jack, you too, come on over here! Everybody in on 3, run the play! Dinner Conversations. 1, 2, 3, Dinner Conversations! Welcome back from watching Huddle Up. Thank you so much for all being here. Look who we have. We have Ginny's dad.
We do indeed. It's
Ginny's
Ginny's dad.
Wait, I thought this was an interview for coaching.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
You're dressed for the part.
I'm not in
Yeah.
well, I'm
No, you're not in the wrong part. So, Arnie Pond, who played the wonderful Jack.
Jacques.
Oh, okay. And, and then we have the wonderful director of the wonderful scene, Julie Murphy, and the millennial waiter, Mark Prokes.
As we said before, Linda Slocum couldn't be here tonight, unfortunately, because she's got the flu and didn't want to get us all infected. So we miss you, but we thank you at the same time. So welcome, guys.
Hello.
you.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, very happy, very happy. So let me ask you a question, Mark. You,
Yes.
first time in ACT.
Yes.
What was
Very
your experience
first
like?
I mean, I had no idea what to expect because the way I actually found out about the show is I opened my inbox one day and there was an email sent out to me and a bunch of other people saying, "Hey, there's this show. You should come audition." And I was like, "Who the heck are these people?"
We're so well known.
And so I did, and I had a lot of fun actually. It was a nice sort of very informal atmosphere, and I enjoyed it a lot. And working with new material is always interesting, and so I found that it's working with something new is completely different from working from a script. There's not much you can really look to. You gotta kind of find it within yourself, and that was really cool. So I enjoy that you do a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, I like the fact that it gives a lot of different people, meeting new people like yourselves and Arnie. Julie, you were with us in the spring of last year you directed a great scene in Plaza Suite.
I did.
And then not only did you direct a couple of scenes in this show, you wrote something
I did.
and acted into something. You're like a triple threat. What the heck's wrong with you?
I'm awesome.
That's
I was busy.
And
yes.
humble. No.
Yes, very humble.
What'd you like better? The acting, directing, or the writing?
I loved all three. The writing was amazing because I was able to sort of sit down and think, what would I find funny? Like, what do I like to go see? What would amuse me? And that's how I tackled our third date. Directing, I actually find more challenging than acting emotionally, because you pour all of yourself into directing and then you have to let it go. You have to sit back and say, okay, get up on the stage and go. And if there's problems, if there are issues, if they're missing lines, if they're missing cues, there's nothing you can do about it. So you have much more control as an actor up there. And while you're in front of an entire huge audience, which we had, if you're a good actor, if you make a mistake, you can cover it, you can pick up, you can cover for your friends. But as a director, as the writer, you're sitting there, it's gone.
Was this your first time writing for the stage?
I had done a couple shows for a children's theater group in Holliston that I had written for. One was an adaptation of Sherlock Holmes, so I was sort of using somebody else's material and making it for my own, and then I had collaborated with a couple other people in a children's show.
And Artie, your first time with us as well, right?
Mm-hmm, indeed. I got that same email Mark got. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, where did that come from anyway?
Yeah.
How did you find
Well,
me?
wait. So I asked him, I was like, yeah, who are these people? How do they find it? What, am I being stalked? What is going on here? So I don't know if you remember. I emailed him back. How did you get my email? Who are you? I had all these questions.
Yeah.
What is this about?
Yeah.
And then
You started to get a little personal about the blood type and
Yeah.
social security number. That was a little bit edgy on my side.
gotta be careful these days.
Sure.
And then so and then of course I saw the C word, comedy. I was like, all right, cool, I'll do it. I'm in, and so that was fun. It was awesome. Yeah, I was got that. Yeah, really, I got the bug now. I'm happy to do it. If it's a comedy, I'm in it. I just like making people laugh.
Yeah. Well, the way we found you is Katie and I stalk other actors and directors and other people and just stalk their shows.
Like,
that they've been in.
shows. All right, so not just like people walking down the streets.
Oh no, we do that.
That guy's
We
funny.
do that
We
too.
do that too.
We're not particular.
No. Usually after we go out to one of our main sponsors, Stone's Public House, Mexico City Taqueria.
Yeah.
Sometimes Nick's Pizza. He doesn't serve any alcohol, but a lot of good pizza.
Which is
And just
interesting
go-
because I've never been to any of those.
Well, there you
Oh, you've been to Stone's.
You have
After
now.
I met you guys,
That's true.
though, so.
That's true. See, we bring you in and then we bring you to our restaurants.
So there's a lot of funny people. You go to a bar, right? So
Yep.
you just
Absolutely.
eavesdrop on conversations. Yeah. That's a good joke. That's a good joke. Say, can you act?
Yeah. That's where we talked about this show. That's how we got Dinner Conversations was created by in one of our restaurants and having conversations about the shows.
I have to say though, You know, I went to the, or I guess I got the script or something. He emails me the script.
Yep.
He's like, well, you're Jacques, and you know, and the very first line is thick French accent. I'm like, I don't know anything about accents. Well, you know, he used to tell me I could do an Indian accent, but that's about it, you know. And I don't know anything about it. I can't do it, you know. You know, I'll just have to play it straight, and you're responsible. Just do the best you can. I was like, wow, do the best I can? That's a pretty low bar. But okay, you know. But you know, a couple of YouTube videos, and I was able to speak it with a French accent. Not very good, but good enough.
Are you doing the Indian accent now?
Yes. I am. Yeah, stomach, and a spit take too.
That's true. So, Julie, when you hooked up with all this group here, who was the most difficult one to work with? Be honest.
You know,
Or challenging.
No, I didn't find anybody difficult at all to work with in this show. You took some work to get you where I needed you to be.
I'm a work in progress my entire life.
But you were very directable. You know, I read your scene, which you wrote, correct, Huddle Up?
Mm-hmm.
So I read it, and I immediately, I thought of a TV show that I had seen with something a little bit similar, and I sort of pictured that character. And then I really tried to picture what it would be like to be in the restaurant business, to be, you know, a waitress for many years, and have somebody come in and run any business that knows nothing about it, and but knows a lot about something else, which was football. And so I didn't find anybody difficult to work with. Everybody, you know, trusted me and did exactly what I said, and you all ended up exactly where I wanted you to be. So
It was great working with you.
it was a lot of fun.
Very diplomatic.
Thank you.
It's good.
No, but it
well,
was
no. Usually,
all
I get
true.
the I was the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't difficult. You did everything that I asked you to do, and you trusted me, which is all you can really ask for as a director, is just trust me.
So, I don't know if you have a question, because I have one thing that I wanted to say before we.
Say your one thing.
I'll say one thing. I got 5 things to really say. Each of you brought something to the scene that I didn't anticipate.
Really?
Can you recall which one? Or I know you brought many things to the scene, as a director and as an actor, right? What did each of you bring that you thought you brought, and to see if it matches up what I thought the top thing that you
Something
brought
that
to
you
this
didn't
scene.
expect?
Something I didn't expect. Something was that. Because one of the things that Mark was talking about, we loved about the original material, right? We're open, we bring it to the table, and all of a sudden, you know what would be funny here would be, which one did you think that you felt was your best bringing to the table? Contribution. That's the word I'm
That's
looking
me.
for.
I bring the words.
She's the contribution person.
I bring the words.
Because I have one for each of you, but I have even one for Linda. But that's okay.
A possible French accent.
That was already there. There was one thing. You remember yours?
You mean like a specific scene or an incident?
In the
So
scene
an
itself.
addition that we made to the script.
Yes, that would be a good better way to put
the
it.
spit
Okay.
take.
Something that the spit take.
Yeah.
The spit take.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
that was a
Spit
good
takes
spit
are
take.
fun, you know.
Spit take.
That
was not in the
It's very
original.
apropos
It was not in the
to
original.
the scene, too.
I think I have an idea.
I have one too.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes.
We
That was
loved
unbelievable.
that.
And I don't even think it was even in the script, but he's just looking. Sure. And you've just watched it, so you know what he did.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
My favorite,
Okay.
and maybe this was it, was when I told you to slap his butt.
Yes.
We all love that, too. And the look
That
on
was.
Mark's face every time was priceless.
Oh yeah.
Priceless.
You held it in for the show, but during
That was
every
excellent.
rehearsal you were cracking up.
One of the shows,
you
I
were
think one of
behind
the
me.
first
You were,
one.
I was still doing.
Oh, he was still, the face was there. The face
You
was
were just
happening.
behind me during the actual shows. You couldn't see.
Oh, okay.
But one time I slapped his butt prematurely, and at the end of the scene he goes, "You hit me too early." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I just can't get away. Just can't get away." That was up there in the top 2, but there was, in my mind, it was one other one.
All right, I don't
You
know.
know what it is? When you came up with the suggestion of the whiteboard bringing on the table, bringing the whiteboard out. Now, we challenged ourselves. We couldn't find a whiteboard that we could afford. And we ended up bringing a whiteboard from my daughter's basement. We ended up carrying it around. But like writing it on the board and going back and forth, it just really was.
That upped the comedy,
That upped the comedy.
for sure.
I
And
loved that.
the whiteboard just the joke kept evolving every single time
Yeah.
we did it, and yeah, that was a great little moment there.
Well, plus it gave you more opportunity for blocking, for people to
Yep.
walk up to the board,
Yep.
away from the board, instead of just sort of standing in place and delivering your lines.
Yeah.
And then another one was great was the pony. It's just
Oh,
going
yeah,
out
that was
there.
great.
And just said, try this.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, can
That
you
was-
pet the pony? Can you just sit there and pet the pony?
But I remember we were all like, what did she just say?
Just pet the pony.
Yeah, I have to say, you cracked me up in that whole scene. I mean, I had to act crabby and like, oh my god. But inside, I was like, this guy's a riot. That was great. You really
And that
sold
comes
it.
to the
plays the
trust
dumb
factor.
job
Can
very
you just
well.
pet
Huh?
the pony?
Yeah.
It was that moment that the two of us decided to have an imaginary drink.
Doing shots in the back. Oh my god, this guy's an idiot. Yeah. And I'm not just saying that, so I get invited back here.
Yeah.
Buttering you. No, you were.
It was just a fun scene to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Your contribution?
I had a contribution.
Yes. Good.
You showed up.
Why my why? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
There was something about the shirt.
When you came, yeah, it was part of the shirt, but yeah.
Oh, putting on the shirt and then looking over
Yes.
my shoulder and saying,
I
I was white.
I thought I was wild.
Why would you be wild?
Why would you be
Why would that line?
wild?
Why?
Why would you be wild? Whatever your name is. And then Linda and I worked on the part where when he was doing the thing and she says, "Oh, Tony," and I go, "You can call me Tony." She's like, "I just said that." But it was great because what I love about the original is that everybody in the group put something in it that you could say that was me or that was ever. It wasn't just written by one person. The concept was there, the outlines were there. But I thought what you guys brought to the table was just fantastic. It was fun to watch. I watched it numerous times. I watch it 3 times a night. I go home and I'm like, okay.
Well, the energy in the group, I felt, having done a certain number of these now, not a ton, but the energy of this particular group was really good. I thought that, the chemistry between all of us on stage worked really well. We played off each other well.
Yep.
We saved each other a couple of times.
Oh,
Well, you
yeah.
and I.
Yeah.
And then we stepped
We
on each
tried to
other's
stay-
feet a couple times
That's
too.
We
but
got
then-
over
okay.
it. You know what I mean? But it worked really sort of seamlessly. I
Yeah, it
thought.
felt good. It felt good. And it
Yeah.
felt great to be on. It's always sad to end that.
It felt good, especially when he got splashed with the. It felt really good.
You got a free shower every night. How can you complain?
And I wanted to say too that I really enjoyed working with you as a director. You're very clear in your expectations and you're very succinct in your directions.
Mhm.
And it was fun to come to rehearsals every week and your ideas were always like spot on.
Crisp, yeah.
And we trusted you because you're trustworthy
Thank you.
as a director. So.
And I like the style of try it. Like I said,
Yeah.
if it doesn't work with the French accent, we'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
We'll try it.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of your
Try it.
suggestions
If you
was
hate
try
it,
this.
we don't have to do it.
Right.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
we'll
You guys
force
yelled at me once. I tried to bring politics into it. No.
No.
Yeah.
That got nixed,
Yeah.
we
But we
didn't-
tried it.
I tried it.
That's
We gave it a shot.
Stop it.
Yep.
It
Nope.
was
Yeah.
better than the cupcake.
The Twinkie. you mean.
I'm sorry, the
Oh,
Twinkie,
yeah.
which was another drama
That
of our
was-
show.
That was a thing.
A thing.
Oh, the Twinkies at least made it into my other scenes.
That's true. It did.
Yeah. And we're keeping that for when we're doing it up in Ashland. No, not
Acton.
Ashland. Acton.
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 Oh, wow.
The Twinkie.
Yeah.
So while we're on that topic, what is everybody doing now? What are they working on? So if they are working on something, Mark.
Oh, geez, what am I not working on is the question. Well, immediately after this, I'm going to my final dress for Almost Maine down in Millis, which opens tomorrow night and runs for 2 weekends. And when that closes, we've got the short plays up in Acton, which has one of the scenes that we did for dinner conversations in it, which is why they called me back up, because it's like, hey, you want to do a part you've just finish doing and not have to learn any more lines. And I said, sure, I'll do that.
Is everybody from the scene in it? Is Billy in it?
Billy's in it, Elizabeth's in it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Rachel could not make the show, so we had to recast her part. But she's the only part that we had to recast. Otherwise, it's completely the same people.
Cool.
And once that show's done, I'm opening a show as a co-director in Needham, which is a new musical, brand new musical. And after that, in April, I'm going to be in Fiddler on the Roof, once again in Acton.
Did you get the part that you wanted in film? Because I know you were.
I was hoping to get any part,
Yep.
really, because I'm about 20 years too young for Tevye. And I'm going to be playing Fietka, the Russian soldier who marries the third daughter. Or as I like to call him, the straw that broke Tevye's back.
Nice.
Wow, you are very
Wow.
busy.
Wow.
I'm still
I'm impressed
auditioning
you
for
can
May.
even remember all of that.
Wow.
I mean, when we started rehearsing for dinner conversations, I was also doing 3 shows all at once.
Yes.
And
why
somehow
you were
I managed.
demanding.
Somehow
Do
I
you
managed.
work on top of this? Like, do you have a
What's he
job?
doing?
Yes, I have.
What about you, Julie?
I just wrapped up, what's today, Thursday?
Today's Thursday.
Yeah, a show last weekend. I wrote a show for teens at the Prana Center in Holliston, where it was a teen comedy for middle school students and a student trapped in a time loop. So I got to have them doing the same stuff over and over again. So I just finished that up last weekend, and I'm on the board for the Washington Street Players, and I'm sort of diving into whatever roles I've been assigned there. And then for Ashland, I'm going to be gearing up to direct a Hitchcock radio show production of 39 Steps,
Radio
which
stage.
is
Yeah.
really exciting.
That's gonna be real fun.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing how
Yeah,
that
it's
works
gonna
out.
be
Yeah.
it's gonna be really interesting. It's almost like putting on a play within a play because you're showing the audience behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm looking forward to it.
I'll send you my resume. I've done a couple of those.
Excellent, excellent.
Other than
I
that,
don't
you're
know
not
where to
doing
find
much.
you, Mark.
Other than that, you're
No, then I, getting people divorced on a daily basis. But other than that.
Those are the
And,
good times.
and well, you have
Good
to
times.
qualify that. She's doing that as a lawyer, not as a person
she's not a
getting
homewrecker?
not a homewrecker type
Oh,
person.
okay.
She could be the
I'm glad
homewrecker.
you clarified
She
that.
could be.
As far as you know.
Yes. And Mr. Ginny's
Ginny's
dad.
dad.
What are you working on?
Well,
You got your stand-up comedy working?
Yeah, well, okay. There you go. I am going to do a stand-up comedy routine at Amazing Things in
Oh, cool.
Framingham.
When's that?
When
we can all show up
when
and
I'm
heckle you.
ready.
Well, you tell me. You tell me, and I could send an
I'm
email
working,
out.
yeah, I'll hopefully, I've been procrastinating. I have some stuff written.
Yeah, I was going to
Just
join
need
the
write some more.
Procrastinators Club of America, but I'll do it
Yeah,
tomorrow.
wait on that. I mean, no, but I am going to do it.
I'm
And
waiting
hopefully
for it.
more than once. I just
Yeah.
read Amy Schumer's book, and it's a very funny book. She did stand up for a long time.
I think she still does stand up.
She
at the
still,
beginning of her show.
and she gave a lot of good advice. Basically, she just said, "Get up there. Don't be afraid to get booed. Don't be afraid to tell a bad joke. Just do it." And I was like, you know what? That's the kick in the pants.
I'd love to see it.
So
Keep us
I've got
posted.
some
Yeah,
funny
definitely
stuff.
let us know.
I'm definitely going to do that. Other than that,
Yeah.
I have my eyes peeled for comedy shows. I know my limitations. I'm like this guy. I can only do
What do you mean?
comedy.
He doesn't know his limitations?
No,
That's what you're saying?
he has fewer limitations than you put it that way. So yeah, I got my eyes peeled for any comedy.
You don't give yourself enough
I
credit.
told Katie before that we have on this show, we have an improv show that we do every few months. And we invite some people down, and the invitation's open to the 3 of you. If you're interested to come on down,
Try some improv.
I don't think he's
What?
interested,
Yeah.
but
I'm intrigued.
think about it for a second.
Yeah.
It's interesting. If you check our YouTube channel, you can see the prior ones that we've done. Basically, it's a game that Katie and I play. We give you, we don't tell you in advance. That's why it's improv.
Okay,
You're going to
let's-
play the
Let's
role.
be straightforward and truthful about all
Yeah.
this. Joe doesn't even tell me in advance.
No,
So Joe plays the game with all of us.
Oh boy.
give you your
He
thing,
tells
and
us
you know
what
what?
to do.
You run with it. Some we use, some we don't
Right.
use. Some are
Okay.
funnier than the others. Some are not as funny.
Right.
Some are good, but it's and we rotate people. With different people doing different things with everybody.
Sounds
So
good.
we'd love to have a bunch of you.
Can
come
we
on
do
board.
like shots beforehand to loosen up a little bit? I think I'm funnier if I'm a little.
You don't do shots before this show? We
out
should-
there, we market it.
We could.
I need shots before I leave the door.
But we'd love to have you back.
Absolutely.
We're doing that in a couple of
It's fun.
months. And then we'll keep you guys posted on the filming. We're trying to get into the VFW restaurant bar to film the Huddle Up and dinner.
And now that you know where
conversation.
Ashland is, you should be able to find it.
Well, now
Where's
once you're on
Ashland?
our email list, it's tough. We don't let you go.
Yeah.
Oh
Once,
boy.
I
and
got the
once we
email
love
today.
you like we do, we're never letting you go.
Thanks.
So, no. Well, thank you for coming on down.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah.
Say hi to
Thanks
Jenny.
for having us.
Hi to
I will.
Jenny.
I will.
It was great. It was wonderful. Good luck in your shows. We've been working with you very closely.
Yeah.
And even though it's not comedy, come on down. I'll send you the script. Maybe you'd be interested in expanding.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll
Just
see.
get out there. Do it.
Just do it right. Just do it.
So
Even if you're bad.
yeah. So next month we'll be back. We won't tell you who we are because I haven't scheduled it yet. Actually, it's supposed to be soup to nuts. Your cast.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ciao for now.